Hi everyone, this is a short video in which we will introduce our visualizer for the supply chain management lead. To install this visualizer, you need to run pip install and its name is scml-vis for visualizer. This will take a moment. And notice that it does not require SCML or Enigmas, so you can visualize logs from SCML runs on machines that do not have SCML installed. For now, this visualizer can only visualize logs after the simulations have finished, either a tournament or a world simulation. And in the future, we will allow it to also simulate running worlds and tournaments. So SCML run 2021 one shot, for example. This will run a single simulation of one shot. And once this is completed, we will be able to see it in the other pane here. Okay. Now, if you look in the standard Enigmas logs, you will find that SCML1 world now has some logs for this simulation. What we want now is to visualize these logs. Okay. So to do that, let's make this bigger so you can see what I'm doing. You run SCML-V or vis or -vis, all are the same. And you tell it to show you the simulation in some place. So I'll just choose the place, Enigmas, logs, SCML one shot, and we have only one thing here. Just give it the folder name and run it. The first time you run this command, it will compile some data that it will use to speed up the visualization. This will take a moment, but this will not run except in the first time. Whenever you visualize the same world again, it will reuse this data. Okay, it actually started the simulation. Let's see, so it shows us here. So this is a Streamlit application, and you can use it to see almost anything from the logs that were stored when the simulation is finished. The first thing I usually do is to go here in the settings and make it wide mode so that you can see more clearly what's happening. Okay. The first thing you do is to choose the data you want to simulate. So for tournaments, we don't have a tournament, so that's none. The world, we only have one world. And you can choose specific types to focus on. For example, I can say 1, and I want to see, for example, this type. I'm not interested in data concerning any other type. Or I can choose multiple types. Don't worry if you see some errors on the side, that is temporary until you complete your choice. So I now want to see these two, or you choose the default thing with all. Again, you can do selection based on the specific agent. So what are the options here? These are all the agents, and you can show data from a single agent if you want. Now I'm showing data from all agents. What data do I want to show? The first thing are the world statistics. These are statistics about the complete world, about the market itself. So what are the options? Let's see what are the options available to us. Here you can see how many contracts were nullified, how many registered negotiations, how many contracts executed, and so on. So let's choose, for example, the number of contracts executed. And it immediately appears here. Make it smaller. Yeah. So this is a number of columns, so I want to show 2 columns now. And let's choose something else. For example, the number of breaches. Okay, there were no breaches. Notice that they are in the same figure now, and that's because we are choosing overlay. If we remove overlay here, it will put each one of them in its own figure. And you can also show the data from one item or from all items combined. This will not make a difference because we have a single world. So you can see there's no difference here because we have a single world, the same display. But it will make a difference if we choose want to show something else. For example, let's look at the agent statistics. So these are statistics about specific agents. And again, let's see what do we have. That's a one-shot game, so we don't have assets or anything like that. We only have the balance, bankruptcy, the score, which is actually the balance, and the final score. So let's show just the balance. Okay, here it appears that is a balance over time. Notice that it is a single value. So which agent is this balance for? Because it's combined, that is the average for all agents. And you can see that almost all agents lose money. Let's remove the combination. So now we can see the balance of each one of these agents independently. Okay, so this is each agent by itself. And we can remove the overlay if we want. And the only effect here, because we have just one graph, is to make the legend more intelligible. That's for agents, but I can choose none here. I don't want to see any of that. And I go here and choose none. I don't want to see any of that. And let's look at types. So I can choose all types. Here I choose all statistics, all available statistics, and puts everything on top of each other. And we can remove the overlay, which will make each one of the statistics appear independently. And we can remove the combination. So now we can see what happens for each type of agent independent from each other type. And that's a more useful picture. So we can see that the random one-shot, sync random one-shot is here, for example. These two agents are almost behaving the same. These are random one-shot agent and single agreement exploration agent. And you can see any of these statistics that are available in the simulation. For the one-shot, we have only 4 statistics, but for the standard and collusion games, you have many more. So let's just remove these. I don't want to see these anymore. And let's go to the contract statistics. These are statistics about all the contracts that happened in the world. So again, you can see it per world, per type, per agent, or per product. Because this is a one-shot game, you have a single product for which there are contracts, the intermediate product. So let's just check that. If we say, let's say we want to see the executed quantity. So you can see it is a single value, even if it is not combined, because we have a single product. Actually, sorry, there are 3 products because it also showed 1 and 2. 1 and 2, these are executed quantities. 1 and 2 are the raw material and the final product, and the number in the middle is intermediate product. So you can see with every step what happens. Of course, you can just make this relative time, and it will be from 0 to 1. That's useful when you are seeing multiple worlds at the same time, which is possible when you are showing a tournament, not a world. And the process is exactly the same. For now, we only support static figures using matplotlib, so you can't do anything except just make it large and make it small. But in the future, we will support dynamic figures using plotlib. That's not supported yet. Again, you can have some choices about figure sections. So you can add figure sections if you have many things on the screen and you don't know what is what. You can just add figure sections. And now the agent type figures appear here and the trade figures appear here. Okay. If you remove figure sections, then this will flow. Let's say that we have a single thing here. So now we have only a total of 2 figures. They will be beside each other. Doesn't matter which source did you get the figures from. Okay, and that's all for now. We will try to improve this visualizer over the next few days and weeks. And if you have any comments or suggestions, please open issues on the GitHub repository of the visualizer, which I will share in the comments on this section, on this YouTube video. Thank you.